What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dray Day Podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hoods Espn, Crystal Street's very own Dray Day. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for your continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Sportsway with Dray Day Podcast is the name. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so that way, once a video is uploaded to YouTube, you will get a notification letting you know I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. This video here, I'm trying something new. I made a video about this yesterday on my social media pages. For y'all that are watching, whether, especially if you're a fellow podcaster, you know at times it's a little difficult at times to be creative. You know, sometimes you get writer's block, sometimes you don't feel inspired and things of that nature. So sometimes you gotta reinvent yourself or come up with some ideas and get creative. In the past, I've done that. If you look at my previous videos, especially my recent live videos, I have a thing where I do the Hoods ESPN Jeopardy, where me and fellow podcasters would do our version of Jeopardy, right? I would ask them questions and I'll have 6 categories, just like the traditional Jeopardy format. But instead of doing it with money, we do it with a point system. I believe I've done 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. The 7th installment is coming soon. So hang on. I'll be making news about it in a couple of weeks. But for this, I want to do something different. And as you can see in the title, I have Sportsway with Dray Day Podcast presents Ask the Hoods ESPN. So what I'm going to do is every Friday, I am going to do Ask the Hoods ESPN. I will drop a video every Friday. Ask the Hoods ESPN. What I did was I asked people on social media to give me questions. Just ask me any sport related questions. Any. Whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whether it's wrestling. Somebody even sent me a hockey question. I was thinking about doing it, but the other questions were very much intriguing for me. So I also said that I'm going to pick my favorite 5 questions, and then I'll spin the block the next Friday with any other question that was asked that I didn't choose. So for this one, I think I have about 12 questions already. So shout out to everybody that's been asking me questions, but I'm only going to do 5. I'm doing 5 a week. So hopefully I can be consistent with this and do the top 5 questions that I am interested in or I find interesting, and I'll do it every Friday. There's no other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it on Friday to end the weekend off. Well, to start the weekend off with a bang. So every Friday, expect Ask the Hoods ESPN. So this is the first one. So I have the 5 questions, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout the people out as well because they asked the question. So this is just me showing my gratitude for all the people that have been riding for me from the beginning, whether they was riding with me from the beginning when I was just doing audio to now me being on YouTube. So shout out to everybody. So let's get to the first question, shall we? And The first question was from my boy Alif. And his question was, do you think a healthy Broncos team can make a Super Bowl appearance next season? Yes, I do. I absolutely believe that they can. I don't see why not. I don't think they're losing anybody in free agency. So me personally, you can make a case last year. Well, this past season, you can make a case that they could have went had Bo Nix not got hurt. He got hurt in the divisional round against Buffalo, and then in the AFC Championship game, they had to rely on Jarrett Stidham. And I mean, granted, I picked the Patriots to win that game because being that they were the number 2 seed, if you go in the history books, there were 2 times they went undefeated in the regular season and they went to the Super Bowl. Make this the 3rd year. But you can make a case that if Bo Nix played in that game, because the Patriots didn't play their best, and granted, maybe the weather had something to do with it, but there are a lot of people out there that believe that Denver probably couldn't have made the Super Bowl had Bo Nix not got hurt. So to answer your question, do I think a healthy Broncos team can make the Super Bowl next year? Yes. But the question is, will he be back in time? That's the question. If he's back on time, then it's open season. Because, listen, the Chiefs, we don't know what's going to happen with the Chiefs this upcoming year. Patrick Mahomes tore an ACL. So he might sit out the whole year for all we know. So that right there, we don't know about Kansas City right now. I don't trust the Chargers. Okay. If Cincinnati is healthy, that'd be interesting. Do I trust Baltimore at this point? I'm actually losing hope with Baltimore. Honestly, I believe that pretty soon their window is closed. New England and then Buffalo. That's it. Those are the only teams you got to worry about. And then Pittsburgh, I mean, they don't even have a quarterback. So, yeah, to answer your question, a healthy Broncos team can definitely make the Super Bowl next year. Absolutely. So, there you go. So, shout out Alif for asking that nice question. Nice question. Next question is asked by Quan, my bro Quan. Should Shedeur Sanders be in a Giants jersey instead of Jackson Dart? Well, absolutely. But there's only one problem. The Giants don't draft black quarterbacks. They might sign black quarterbacks in the offseason or in free agency. But as it pertains to drafting an African-American quarterback, the Giants don't do that. So it would have been nice for him to be drafted by them because let's keep it all the way 100. Let's not bullshit here. Shedeur Sanders should have not been drafted in the 5th round. We know that already. We all know that. So there's no need to keep talking about that. We know he got railroaded. We know he got blackballed, and we know the reason why. But I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like none of this was self-inflicted because a lot of those reasons he had something to do with it. Primarily his father. Obviously, Dion is who he is. But you telling certain teams, don't draft my son. Or we already told certain teams, we not going to them. Don't draft him. That ain't a good look, bro. That's not a good look. But anybody with a right mind knows Shedeur should have been 1st round. He was either 1 or 2 as it pertains to the quarterbacks coming out this draft. It was either him or Cam Ward. There was no other quarterback that was selected. And then remember, there was other quarterbacks selected before him. None of them are better than Shedeur, Jackson Dart included. So to answer your question, yes, Shedeur should have been drafted by the Giants. Absolutely. Because to be quite honest with you, Jackson Dart kind of does the same thing Shador does. I'm talking about as far as the showboating, wearing the jewelry, things of that. You could have had that in Shador. And possibly, you know, I forgot what the Giants' record was, but anyway, Shador should have been drafted by the Giants because they needed a quarterback, and he should have been the second quarterback to get picked in the draft. Simple and plain. But obviously, we know the reason, and there's no need to repeat ourselves. But to answer your question, yes, he should be in the Giants jersey instead of Jackson Dart. Love the question, Quan. Love the question. Now let's get to the third question. And that question was asked by Taz. Shout out to Taz. Shout out to the bro Taz. Do you consider Clyde Drexler a top 10 shooting guard of all time? That is an interesting question. When I saw that question, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to be one of them. Because this is a question that doesn't really get spoken about a lot. Like when you think of shooting guards, you obviously think of the usual suspects, right? So when this question was asked, I was like, oh, I already got my 10 already. I got my 10 locked in. To answer your question, yes, he is a top 10 shooting guard of all time. The question is, where do I have him as far as shooting guard? So let's get to it. Obviously, we know who's number one. And that's that guy that's right behind me. That guy right there. Right there. GOAT man. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. We already know he's number one. Number two, God bless the dead, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bean Bryant. Number three, we are going with Dwayne Wade. Number four, for me, I am going with Allen Iverson. The answer, Allen Iverson. And now, number five, put it like this, number 5, 6, and 7 are, well, put it like this, Clyde Drexler is number 6. All right, let's put it like that. Clyde Drexler is number 6 on my list. Number 5, even though he wasn't in my era, obviously, I didn't grow up watching him, but I am going to give credit where it's due. The man is the logo for crying out loud. So God bless the dead. I have Jerry West as the fifth, the top in the top 5 of shooting guards of all time. So I got Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, AI, Jerry West in my top 5. So now let's get to 6 through 10. Yes, Clyde Drexler is in the top 10 because he's number 6 on my list. Number 7, I am going to go with the Iceman, George Gervin, at number 7. Number 8, I am going to go with Jesus Shuttlesworth himself, Ray Allen. See, y'all just know about Ray Allen with the Celtics and the Heat, but y'all better do y'all research on Jesus Shuttlesworth when he was with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Seattle Sonics. He was putting in that work. He wasn't just shooting threes, running around the place, getting behind screens and just shooting threes. Oh no, he was slicing and dicing, dunking, all of that when he was playing with Milwaukee and Seattle. So yes, Ray Allen is in my top 10. Number 9, Klay Thompson. Obviously one of the greatest shooters the game has ever seen. Obviously, Steph Curry is heavily regarded as the number 1 shooter, but Klay in his prime was a problem. And he can play both sides of the ball. He was a two-way guard. Ain't that many two-way guards anymore, but Klay was definitely one of them in his prime. And then last but not least, I am going to go with Reggie Miller. Killer Miller. Reggie Miller is in my top 10 of shooting guards of all time. Just do your research. I don't care about him not having no championships. That means nothing to me. He broke a lot of hearts when he played. Teams feared Reggie Miller, especially in the clutch. Ask the Knicks fans. So, yes, I'm putting Reggie Miller in the top 10. Now, there's a name that I didn't mention. And I know a lot of people going to listen to this and say, whoa, James Harden not in your top 10. Nope, he's not. He could be in your top 10. He not in mine. Dude got too many chokes. I don't care about that MVP that he won, even though it was very well deserving. But I don't care about that. Dude got too many chokes. Too many. And I don't respect it. So, no, he's not in my top 10. He'll be in my honorable mention, along with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. But the 10 that I mentioned is in my top 10. So that would be Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, Jerry West, Clyde Drexler, George Gervin, Ray Allen, Klay Thompson, Reggie Miller. Those are my top 10 shooting guards of all time. Beautiful question, Taz. Thank you for that, bro. And now let's get to the fourth question. It was asked by Keezy. That's my bro Keezy out in Philly. NIL doesn't think it's hurting college sports more than it's helping it. Has it hurt the recruiting process? Absolutely it has. Absolutely it has. For sure it has. And to be quite honest with you, I don't mind it. I don't mind. And the reason I don't mind is because for years, these college kids have not made no money in college. They're putting their blood, sweat, and tears on the basketball court, on the football field, on the soccer field, whatever it is. And they're not getting nothing off of it. But yet, these programs and these networks can make money off of them. So now they got this NIL where kids can make money while they play. I love that for them. Now, the only curse that I have with the NIL is that you have kids that constantly transfer. They constantly jump in the transfer portal. That's the only issue that I have with that. You'll have a kid that don't play, and now they want to transfer. They go to another school. Oh, they had a falling out with the team. They didn't feel like they didn't get that much playing time. They want to transfer. So for me, that's the only issue I have as it pertains to NIL. Other than that, I love it because I remember, and for anybody that watches documentaries, especially on ESPN, one of their greatest documentaries on ESPN was revolved around the Fab Five. Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose, Ray Jackson, Jimmy King. The Fab Five revolutionized college basketball. And networks and the university were making money tooth and nail on the Fab Five with merch and all of that. And they didn't receive no money from that. Could you imagine if the Fab Five was around now and what they would have been able to do? So yeah, I'm all for kids getting paid while they're playing. I'm all for it. So to answer your question, Keezy, yes, I'm all for it. But again, the only issue I have is with kids, keep dumping in the transfer portal. Me personally, I believe you only got one time to jump in. I've heard people jump in 2-3 times. No. I say one time and that's it. You get one chance to jump in the portal and that's it. But other than that, yeah, Keezy, I have no problem with it. It's helped and hurt. It goes hand in hand, if you ask me. But if you was to ask me which one which one am I okay with? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it hurting it. I'm okay with it. Because they should be getting paid for their money. They should be getting paid. These schools be making money off these kids for the ages. Now they get to receive some benefits of playing and putting their blood, sweat, and tears in what it is that they're doing. So I'm all for it. Good question, though. This was another question. I saw this question waiting for the bus coming home from the mall. I saw this question. It was like, okay, this is another one. This right here is another one. So, Keezy, salute you for that. Beautiful question. And now my last question. My bro Taz had another question. Another question for me. And I love this question. So I got to end it with a bang. So here we go. Do you honestly believe Derek Jeter has been the best shortstop, period? Absolutely. Absolutely, I believe he's been the best shortstop, period. Now, again, I can only speak on what I've witnessed in my lifetime. You will have some people out there that believe Ozzie Smith is the best shortstop of all time. I will not argue with anyone if they feel that way. I can only go off of what I've witnessed in my lifetime, okay? And in my lifetime, and maybe this is going to be biased to me because I am a diehard Yankee fan. Derek Jeter is my favorite baseball player of all time. But let's keep it all the way 100. Yes, he has been the best shortstop, period. Granted, he wasn't one of those shortstops that hit staunching home runs. Like, he didn't have the A-Rod type power where he would have 40 to 50 home runs and 120 some RBIs. We didn't need him for that. We already had power hitters already. We had Paul O'Neill. We had Bernie Williams. We had Tino Martinez. We didn't need Jeter for that. We needed him for whether he was leading off, getting on base, or getting on base, batting second, to set up Paul O'Neill, to set up Bernie Williams, to set up Tino Martinez. So we didn't need him for his power. But we did need him for his offense, which he did very well, I might add. Very well. 3,000 hits. About 260 some home runs. Again, I just said 3,000 hits. Killed it on defense. 5-time Gold Gloves, 5-time Silver Slugger, 5 World Series championships. You gotta factor that in because guess what? The man's nickname is Mr. November. Reggie Jackson is Mr. October. Jeter is Mr. November. So, need I go on? 14-time All-Star, the captain for crying out loud. Do I need, listen, he has an All-Star MVP and he has a World Series MVP. Now, I know some people going to hear this and they're going to say, A-Rod, Nomar Garciaparra. Those were the two shortstops that was in Jeter's era. Like when they was young, that was the big three when it came to shortstops. Jeter, A-Rod, Nomar. But my guy won and produced. All 5 of those championships that we won, he was a very, very, very important piece to why we won those championships. He wasn't just on the bus, just sitting there. Oh, no. There was some times he was driving it. 2000 World Series against your Mets, bro. Subway Series. You should know that series all too well. Sorry to disappoint you, but yeah. Jeter won MVP for that World Series. And then the last reason on why he's been the best shortstop, period. When I talk about leadership, man, he one of the best leaders in the history of baseball, probably in the history of all sports. And if he was in the tabloids, believe me, he was in the tabloids for a damn good reason. Damn good reason. And he's in the Hall of Fame. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's throw that in there as well. But the last reason on why he's been the best, period. Do y'all know that my man Jeter has a dating diamond? There's 9 positions in baseball, right? 9 positions. My man has a chick for each position that he has been intertwined with since he's been in baseball. I'm going to be respectful and mention his current wife right now, Hannah Davis. That's number 1. Minka Kelly, number 2. If you don't know who that is, go do your research. Number 3, Mariah Carey. Number 4, Scarlett. I don't even need to say her last name. I just said Scarlett. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Just think Avengers. But I don't even need to say that. I just said Scarlett. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. Jessica Alba. Jessica Biel. Jordana Brewster, a.k.a. Mia from the Fast and Furious franchise. Vanessa Manillo. Hopefully I said her last name right. I think she used to host TRL, if I'm not mistaken. And last but not least, Tyra Banks. These are all the women that Jeter has dated while he was in Major League Baseball. Now, obviously, Hannah Davis was at the end because that is now his current wife. But look at those names I mentioned. So on top of his baseball prowess, his selection of women hints to why he's the best shortstop, period. So there you have it, bro. There you have it. This was fun. This was fun. This was fun. I'm not even gonna lie. This was very much fun. I do believe every time I do this, it's probably gonna be about a half hour, and I'm close to that now. So I'm about to get up out of here. So again, every Friday, the goal is to drop one of these videos every Friday. So if you have any questions, even in the comments, like if you want to ask me something in the comments, ask away. And I will take 5 questions, my favorite 5 questions. And then the next week, I will use those questions for a video. So again, I already have some questions locked in already for next week. But keep the questions coming. Keep them coming. Again, like I said, sometimes we get writer's block, and sometimes we got to find some motivation. We got to reinvent ourselves. So this was something that I came up with on my own. So help your boy out with these questions because this was actually fun. Those were some good ass questions. So shout out Alif, shout out Quan, shout out Taz, shout out Keezy. Dope questions. So thank y'all. But in the meantime, it's a wrap for this video. Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, I have to keep prefacing it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I just hit the 900 mark. So now we on quest for 1,000. All right. So we're about to hit the month of March. So hopefully during the month of March, I can finally get that 1K. That'll be the big milestone. But again, until then, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Again, thank y'all for y'all support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sports with Dray Day Podcast. Y'all have a safe, blessed weekend. Catch y'all on the flip side. Now, again, I'm still going to do videos. I'm still going to do videos during the week. But on Friday, it'll be strictly for Ask the Hoods ESPN. So during the week, I'll still do those videos. But for this, yeah, on Fridays, it'll just be Ask the Hoods ESPN. So again, thank y'all again. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here.